How's that?
Hello, ladies.
Is that more better?
A little bit. Yeah, that's a lot better. And I think I fixed the. Hopefully, I fixed.
Hey, there's a shadow. I don't like the shadow. Just teasing. I'm gonna hush.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on this glorious. It's a glorious day.
Yes.
It is what, Thursday?
I think it is.
What?
I think it is Thursday, isn't it?
Thursday, September 5th, ladies and gentlemen, and on this beautiful day, look who has deigned to join us here. It is.
Don't curse. I wish you wouldn't curse.
That is one of my favorite words.
Dane?
It really does sound like a curse word.
It does, but go ahead.
The 5-letter Dane.
That, okay, all right.
The 5-letter Dane. I do love using the word Dane.
Well, I guess if you got a dog that's real big, it'd be a great.
I do have dogs. They are spelled differently, but they are D-A-N-E-S.
Okay.
But yeah, welcome, folks, to the big show today. As Len Wells has joined, and we are going to talk today about a wide variety of subjects. So many and he's been here long enough for show prep. We had breakfast together.
We did.
We had breakfast together this morning at the Palatial Hotel Suite.
Yes, indeed.
That he was staying in last night.
Thanks for the mimosas. Very nice.
Well, you're very welcome. Mimosas, plural, and
and that's why I'm a little.
Bloodies Mary.
Yes. Well, you got to get going.
You got to get your day started somehow, some way. As Len has appeared, and we are going to have a lot of fun today.
We are.
But before we get to all that,
this ought to be good.
Let me tell you about a few things going on in and around our neighborhood.
You need some color to go with this. Not play-by-play, but maybe some color.
Well, you usually do join me. Look at this stuff on the table.
It looks like Cheetos.
Bar in my room.
Looks like everybody's eating Cheetos here.
This is my studio, darn it! I shouldn't let anybody else in here. Grr. I'm like the Father Bear.
Grr.
Somebody's been smoking in my bed. Wait a minute.
I don't think that's it.
That's not what it is.
No.
Somebody's been eating my pizza.
That's what
that's
they
not
do.
what it is?
No, it has something to do with what bears do in the woods. But go ahead.
Yeah, somebody's been doing what I do in the woods, where I do it.
What's going on, Bruce?
Some community events going on today. Ladies and gentlemen, here on this Thursday, September 5th, I was able to find one.
One?
And
it's probably church related?
And it is not church related.
Okay, that's
It
good.
is our friends up at South Central FS, a longtime sponsor of the show.
Oh, that farm service agency, or farm service.
It is farm service.
As in,
but it's the South Central up in Effingham, as opposed to the ones in the other.
These are like door-to-door fertilizer salesmen.
Typically, door-to-door propane salesman.
You don't want to buy no herbicide, do you?
Didn't think so. But they also sell gasoline.
Oh, they do.
And they have a gas station up in Effingham on the east side of Effingham, the South Central FS gas station. They are holding a ribbon cutting this morning now. And then they're going to have free food and all kinds of stuff for you out there.
Are they going to have any Gruyere or anything like that? Cheese? That would make it a cheese cutting, though, wouldn't it?
That would be. I don't think they're doing that.
Okay.
I know that they are going to unveil their new space and honor the continued growth of South Central to FS.
Oh.
Celebrate this exciting milestone with a ribbon cutting ceremony. That's at 444 South Willow in Effingham.
That's cool. FS is a great outfit.
I'm thinking that the new space, I wonder if they've got new gambling machines.
I'll almost bet they do. If they sell diesel, they probably have machines.
They have. I suspect that. But that's the only new item I could come up.
Well, that's a big one. I like big ones.
There is, however, another huge item. 32 years ago today, my wedding took place. First wedding.
People were betting that wouldn't last 6 months.
Well, I could have still been 32 years ago.
Yeah. 32 years.
I've been married 32 years. Happy anniversary to my loving wife, Dodie. I appreciate
she's
that.
a sweetheart, and that's a fact.
She is a
How she put up with you all these years, I'll never know.
I cannot.
She has a vision problem. The part of it is, right? That's part of her. She can't see very good.
Yeah, that's a lot of it.
That's a lot.
What happened 250 years ago today?
250 years ago to have something to do with the Continental Congress.
Are you
I haven't
reading
seen
off
this.
my sheet?
No.
It was the first Continental Congress
See?
met in Philadelphia. Delegates from 12 of the 13 colonies attended.
Told you.
During this Congress, the delegates spelled out their grievances with the Crown,
Right.
made decisions regarding the colonies, the Intolerable Acts, and how they should proceed should King George III fail to act on their petition.
And that would have been before the Boston Tea
This
Party.
was this is after the Tea Party.
After the Tea Party,
But
okay.
before the shots were fired.
Oh, yes.
So 1774, 250 years ago, what was the only colony that did not attend the Philadelphia,
Maryland.
the first
Maryland.
Continental Congress?
Maryland.
Georgia.
Georgia. Well, that makes sense because they're still backwards today.
Too far away.
Well, they just didn't have a bus or something?
They did have the bus.
Train didn't run?
Long way away.
Well, that was the only reason, though?
That was pretty much,
Well, that's not too bad.
pretty much the reason. First president of Texas elected in 1836 on this date,
George Bush, the 14th.
Sam Houston.
Sam Houston. They named a town after him, didn't
Henry
they?
Smith and Steve Austin.
Steve Austin. You're talking about the $1 million man?
The $6 million
$6
man. That's
man.
exactly right. That's who I.
Well, that was inflation. It started out as $1 million man.
Well, back in the 1830s. Yeah, 1836.
I didn't know that.
180 years. Let's see what else.
Well, that's interesting.
That may be of interest to you.
But I got the Continental Congress thing, and it's probably impressed you, didn't it, that I got that?
I'm very impressed.
Thank you.
I am quite impressed.
That was just a wild
by,
guess.
by that. Let's see. Sarah Edmonds died on this date in
Sarah Edmonds.
1898.
Is that some of Don Redmond's relation?
I don't
He was a
think
cop
so.
down around
Also
Cardinal.
known as Frank Thompson.
Frank, he invented the machine gun?
Died in LaPorte, Texas.
Machine
in
gun guy?
1898.
Thompson machine
In
gun?
1861, she volunteered with an infantry unit in Flint, Michigan.
And she pretended to
for
be
the
a man.
American Civil War and pretended to be a man.
Right.
Under the name of Frank Thompson, she fought in several battles, including Bull Run, the first one. She even crossed the Confederate lines collecting intelligence disguised as a woman because
She could.
she could.
That's right.
She was a woman, so yeah.
Isn't that interesting?
That's kind of the Rome Olympics in 1960. Cassius Clay won the gold medal on
Well,
this
I'd
day.
think. And that was before he was
Do you
Muhammad
remember-
Ali.
Do you remember Cassius Clay as Cassius
I do.
Clay?
I do, actually.
I didn't know if you were paying
Oh,
attention.
yeah, I was paying attention.
Because that was before you were still in grade school by then.
Yeah, but he, he had to
Changed his name in 64.
Yeah, it had to do with the war and Vietnam and all that business.
Yeah. What else going on today, ladies and gentlemen? Certainly a day to celebrate National
Cheese pizza.
Day.
I love cheese pizza, but it's got to have something to dip it in. A little marinara to dip it in.
Cheese is all you need when celebrating this pizza holiday, whether the pie's homemade or ordered in. Make it cheese only.
May the cheese be with you.
May the cheese is always with me.
Oh, yes, okay.
I'm a cheesy kind of guy. In ancient Greece, the Greeks covered their bread with oils, herbs, and cheese. Many believe this was the origin of pizza. In Byzantine Greek, the word was spelled pi, iota, tau, alpha, or
Sounds like a fraternity to me.
pita. Yeah, that's a
That's
better
kind of
looking.
interesting. That
That's a
looks
better
good.
looking
It's got to
cheese
have a
pizza
stretch to it. It's
than-
got to have some stretch. Cheese has got to have some stretch.
I agree with you. You like cheese pizza, right?
I like cheese pizza.
I do not.
Well, I mean, if that's all I got, I'll eat it all day long.
I've got to have. I need some.
Pepperoni and sausage,
I need a
mushrooms,
topping. I need a topping or
yeah,
5
yeah.
on my pizza to make.
maybe some anchovies or something like that.
Yeah, that'd be,
They're all right. A little salty.
yeah, that'd be a nice way to go. What else is today, ladies and gentlemen? I'm so glad that I didn't mention this to Lynn before he got here. By the way, because this is National Be Late for Something Day. This has been around for a long time.
Oh, it has.
I'm shocked at how
I
long
never heard of it.
this has been around.
I was late for it.
This permits folks to not abide by your schedules. Go ahead, sleep in a little bit today as you have an excuse. This holiday aims to promote the positive parts of procrastination. For example, those who focus more on spending quality time with customers and family versus being punctual seem less anxious overall.
Really?
Yeah,
I was late to a colonoscopy once.
Did it
they
change
still
anything?
no, they still did it. I was kind of hoping they'd cancel it, but they didn't.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, how late do you have to be?
I studied for it the night before.
How late?
I did. I was ready for it, but
How late do you have to be for colonoscopy before
they cancel?
Cancel it?
Depends on how many. Depends on how many they got to do after you
or before you.
or before you. Yeah. Well, in this case, they were able to work me in.
I know they were able to work something in. That's
There you
right.
go, yeah.
How to observe, be late for something day. Well, just
sleep in.
Encourage you to stop and observe the sunrise. Maybe stop and watch a set of deer frolic in a field, or maybe a sea of grain swing in the wind. Actually, I did that Sunday.
I bet you did.
I really did.
It's because you fell down and it was in a field of soybeans or something.
I was watching soybeans. I was watching the wind
Whip the corn.
whip through the soybeans because it was
kind of moving.
It was moving.
Well, that's kind of tender. That is tender.
Apparently, I got it early. I was.
You didn't drop your drink or anything, did you?
No.
Have you been experiencing the corn sweat, though, lately?
I heard somebody mention something to me about corn sweat. Now, I have seen.
It is
I've
true.
seen the sweat bees.
No,
I have had a lot of sweat
No, they're
bees.
terrible. Terrible. Corn beef,
Actually,
sweat
they're
beef.
backing off now.
Yeah, they're backing off. It's cooled off and everything. Yeah, corn sweat's when the corn is drying down. That moisture's got to go somewhere, and it goes into the atmosphere, and that raises the humidity, and it makes things miserable.
How come it doesn't go into the ground? You would think moisture would go down into the ground.
No,
they
got the leaves.
It's been sucked out of the ground.
It's in the leaves. It's in the stalk. It's in the silks and everything. So it's not going to go down. It's going to go up into the atmosphere.
There's
corn
a
sweat.
stalk into the ground as well as a stalk into the sky.
Sucking the moisture out of the ground, up through the leaves and out into the atmosphere, and it makes things miserable. Just so terrible.
Are you going to be okay with the corn sweat?
Yes.
What does it mean to be fashionably late?
I'd say 30 minutes would be max.
A person who arrives 10 to 15 minutes after the appointed time at an event is fashionably late.
So 30 is too much.
Yeah, 30 is too much. The term suggests the person was busy enough and important enough that their late arrival is acceptable. Arriving fashionably later also puts the spotlight on the late arrival, since most guests will have arrived at the scheduled
And
time.
so you walk in and all the attention's on you.
When is arriving late acceptable?
Well, not for a colonoscopy, I found out. I found that out.
When the time of the event is casual. For example, if the invitation says around 6 o'clock,
Around means around.
Arriving at 6:15 is fine.
Okay.
However, arriving late to meetings, performances,
Weddings.
doctor appointments,
Sure.
and such,
Colonoscopy.
will work. What's the we'll get some best ways to be punctual to improve your punctuality?
Set an alarm.
Add events to your calendar.
Set an alarm.
Lateness often comes with forgetfulness. Setting reminders. Punctual people will set reminders on their digital calendars, as well as to leave early. If you think it's going to take 10 minutes to get somewhere.
But there's a lot of construction between Fairfield and where I live, and so I left 2 hours early.
Has it gone that direction?
It has. It started actually just south of Fairfield, and it's moved